Understanding the role of the Muslim brother in North America. The process of settlement is a civilization jihadist process with all the word means. The Ikhwan, which is the Arabic word for brothers, must understand that their work in America is a kind of grand jihad in eliminating and destroying the Western civilization from within and sabotaging its miserable house by their hands and the hands of the believers so that it is eliminated and Allah's religion is made victorious over all other religions. Is this clear? They don't mince words, do they? But the most important page of this document is the last page, because in the last page, they list 29 front Islamic organizations set up in the United States with the specific goal of sabotaging America from within and destroying America by our own hands. And I'm just going to name a few. Number 1 on the list is ISNA, Islamic Society of North America. And if you're familiar with ISNA, it's because they are now advisors to President Obama about Middle East policy. So we not only have the fox watching the hen house, we have the fox inside the White House dictating policy in the ear of the president. Number 2 on the list is the MSA, the Muslim Student Association. The Muslim Student Association
trying to get my camera in focus, make sure everything is okay. Hello everybody, it is Saturday Sit Down. Had a lot to do, of course. Life don't stop. Life doesn't stop for me when things are going. All right, hello to those who can make it out tonight. Miss Minnie's World, thank you for your wishing me a happy service. To everyone who is a veteran, happy Veterans Day. Happy Veterans Day. Remember, Armed Service Day are for those who are currently serving. Memorial Day is for those who did not make it home, those who died on the battlefield. And then we have Veterans Day, those who made it home alive. Okay? So that's what it's about. Who is this liberal Democrat? Oh. So there you go. That's how you do it. If you are someone who served at the moment, then you get, if you're serving, Armed Services Day. Those that died, Memorial Day. Hello, Miss Sherry Ramy. And those who made it out, whether they was in conflict or not, are veterans, are on Veterans Day. Let me make sure everything is going well. This started messing up. Want to make sure. Desert Shield and Desert Storm. My brother, Mr. William Wilby, is a Desert Shield and Desert Storm veteran. R-Man, Pam Jackson, Teddy Bear, Miss Trumpy Bear, Jose Marquez, Road Rash, Missy Lane, Debbie Nielsen, Steve Vicente. All right, Mr. Steve, wishing everybody. He ran for Congress here in North Carolina. A real good man, ran for Congress, but liberals want to be liberals, and of course, that's how they are. I ran for mayor, and liberals, people want this. People want the destruction that the Democrat Party is bringing. All right, JB. Let me get William Wellboy, Lisa, B-Star, Debbie Green Nielsen. And phone lines are already open because we're not going to be up here long. I'm going to be off about 7:30 so that way I can get to movie night because we have to get to church earlier. I have been a drag on the family. Me, the head of the household. Me. That's right, folks. I'm supposed to be here making sure everybody is doing what they're supposed to be doing. And I'm sitting here doing everything I'm supposed to be doing. Because you know I do Sunday morning Tie Talk. Hey, Miss Pam Teeler, you know I do Sunday morning Tie Talk. Then I have to upload. So I really been, we've been getting to church late. I'm talking when they're doing praise and worship over, we walking in through the church doors. So we got to change that. So I'll be getting off about 7:30, 7:40, a little bit over. But tonight's broadcast is they gotta go. They gotta go. They need to take every last one of them from Syria, Palestine, Afghanistan, and every other Muslim nation that they have let over here. They need to pick them back up and take them back. Take their butts back. This crap that's going on today, these kids who are children of the parents we let come in because they were fleeing Afghanistan. They were fleeing Syria. They were fleeing Palestine. Send them back. Every last one of care, send them back. What you don't see is Islamic nations, is in Islamic nations, you don't see organizations like CARE. You don't see organizations marching and protesting in Iran for Israel. You don't see organizations marching in Syria, Saudi Arabia, Jordan. You don't see them marching in there for Israel. But you see it in Western nations. You see it in Western nations. They came over here and they allowed their children to be radicalized, or they were already radicalized. See, when I see this little Palestinian supporter and she from Syria or Jordan or any other place, one of those Muslim nations, and she talking about bring down the West, she hate Israel, she got on makeup and jeans and a shirt, send her butt back to Syria. Send her butt back to Afghanistan. Make her put on a glad trash bag and then marry her off to some 60-year-old imam or some 60-year-old warlord and tell her what her think. She don't have her little cell phone. She don't have her little stuff she used to having. And I dare you to talk back to him. I dare you to talk back to him because you ain't gonna be talking back to no man in the Muslim nations. Come on, tell me the domestic violence protocol in Saudi Arabia. Come on. Tell me the domestic violence protocol in Jordan. Tell me the domestic protocol in Syria. Oh, your woman talk back to you, so she get 40 lashes, she get 10 lashes, she get 10 and 20 lashes. Come on. Tell me the domestic violence for Syria. What do they do to you in Syria and Jordan? And I'm going to scare some of y'all real quick. I'm really about to scare some of y'all with what I'm about to say because you're going to be like, wow, Jamal, I didn't know that. How many honor killing do you see in America? How many honor killings do you see in America where that man killed his daughter because she done slept with somebody, and so she's no longer pure, she's no longer clean, so the father kills her and he goes to prison for that here in America. How many Muslim men have been locked up in America for honor killing? Now, here's a question. How many of those Muslim men been locked up for honor killing in Saudi Arabia, in Jordan, in Afghanistan? How many of them been locked up for that in those nations? Oh, I'm coming out the gate swinging today. I'm coming out the gate swinging, and I'm going to say this real quick to some of these so-called conservatives. If you hate the Jewish people, if you hate Jewish people, don't even come to my page and like me. I ain't the one for you. Why you support Israel? Why you support Israel? No, shut up. If you don't like it that I support Israel, that's fine. Go to another page. But don't sit here and try to convince me. Because you believe in that Rothschild garbage. See, that's why one of the reasons the 4Js didn't work with me after Jermaine left, and it was the other guy, Doc, and them other guys, when they start going into that anti-Semitic crap about the Rothschilds and how Israel is trying to take over America. That's why we didn't really work out. And a lot of people said we lost a lot of credibility. Well, they got mad at me because I took the jab. And I backed away because I took the jab, the jibby jab. I took one. I did one because of my diabetes, health, and overweight. I ain't gonna lie. I never lied to people and told people I never took I took the first one, well, the second one, the Johnson & Johnson. All right, Mark, Keetra. See, I never lied to people. I told people, if you want to take it, take it. If you don't want it, you don't have to take it, but don't let somebody else decide for you. I have seen people who have taken it and have been well. And I've seen people who have taken it and they say they felt bad and got sick. But what you won't hear is me criticize you because you took it. But I'm talking about so-called Christians on my page coming to me telling me how much I shouldn't be supporting Israel and all that. No, you need to get up out of my thing. That's what you need to do. You need to get off my page. I ain't the one for you. Now we're going to go on and get started with the crap that we see. All right. Somebody done sent me all right. Somebody love me already. Brian Hicks. Brian Hicks, thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page through Cash App. Oh, Brian Hicks done hit me up. Thank you, Mr. Brian. But I'm telling you right now, yeah, when I go out, I let it be known how I feel about stuff. Look at this right here. They're tearing posters down in New York. Let me go on and get started. This is New York City. This is New York City. And you can see my comment, what I said. You can see my comment. There we go. There we go right there. Hold up. Let me fix something real quick because people say I'm blocking. Hold on. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Just asking, can y'all hear me loud and clear? Let me check. Let me check. Can y'all hear me loud and clear? Let me see. Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? Can you hear me loud and clear? Yep. All right. Y'all can hear me loud and clear. New York City is a cesspool. Yeah. Oh, man, I messed up. Hit file. Go back. Okay. Go here, there, and go here. There we go. There we go. All right. So there we go right there. So if you want to find me on Instagram, it is Mind of Jamal. So if you're looking for me on Instagram, it's Mind of Jamal. But let's take a look. I said start immediately deporting back to Syria, Afghanistan, and Palestinians. All Muslim nations we have allowed in the last 20 years. When their daughters who was protesting see what real life is, especially the GBTLQ community, let them go back and see that for Palestine. That's what they need to see. They need to go see that. But look at this. This is New York. Do you think you will see something like this for Jewish people and for America in those Muslim nations? Do you think you will see something like this, massive protests to support America? You didn't. You didn't see it in 9/11. Matter of fact, you saw mockery. People laughed at us. People burnt the American flag 9/11 in these Muslim countries. Let's tell the truth here. That's how I don't understand why we keep bringing these bastards in here. Why in the heck are we bringing these bastards in here? Little white boy, right? Look at this. Ripping posters down. Now, you see this woman right here? You see this woman right here? If, and I mean if, she is Arab and she is Muslim, do you think she will be walking around any Arabic like that? Or do you think she'll be married already with 2, 3 kids stuffed up in her? Do you think this woman right here, who is on the picture tearing posters down, and she looked the way she looks attractive, very attractive woman. Do you think she'll be somewhere being able to, or do you think they done had her wrapped up in a burqa and she been on her 3rd or 4th kid? Look at the trash. Look at this. Why are they purposely trying to tear people pictures off that the Hamas kidnapped? And there go a white liberal who, I swear, y'all need to get y'all kids and start beating them. Y'all did this time out. I love you. Express yourself. No, you need to take it back how it used to be in the South. These little white liberal kids need to be beat. With black kids too. Black liberal kids need to be beat too. Look at this. Look at that crap. Run them over. Run them over. You need to keep your butt out of the street. You need to get rid of these people. These people gotta go. These people gotta go. Phone lines are open. Phone lines are open. If you want to call in, you can call in early. Come on. It's 18:30 right now. It's 18:30 and fun. We getting off at 7 at 19:30. It's 18:30. We getting off at 19:30. These people gotta go. To the point right now, you got people dying in the street. People are dying at these protests. Let me say that again. People are literally dying at these protests. And you know what? It's all one side. That's why they want us with no guns. That's why they want us with no guns. Sharia law cannot live peaceably with the Constitution. Sharia law cannot live peaceably with the Constitution. Americans cannot live peacefully with Sharia law. I'm going to tell you like this. Back in the 19th century, early when they had the Statue of Liberty, when Muslims came over here, they weren't wearing full burqas. Let's go on and tell the truth here now. When Muslims first came over here and they was going to Dearborn, they weren't wearing full burqas. They weren't wearing that. They would maybe wear, you know, the long dress and a hijab, but that was it. They was not wearing full burqas. They were not wearing full burqas when they came to America. Now they are wearing this crap and they shouldn't be wearing it here in America. You're right, she should have been flogged. And Robin Harris's words, gotta go, gotta go, gotta go. No, I don't see him believe. But Jamal, America is for everybody. We're a light on the shining hill. Everybody that comes to that light ain't good for you. Everybody that wants to come in ain't good. And in order for us to remain the light on the hill, we got to only import people that share our views on the Constitution in America. If you don't like America, you shouldn't stay. Your butt should be forced to get out. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Allah, no more. What you say, Allah, hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back, Allah, no more, Allah. Throw him right out. Let him Allah Akbar over there. We love you, Jamal.
Ventura County, California. The Ventura County Sheriff's Office just put out quite a lengthy statement, and you might remember this story that we have been following for really all week. The homicide investigation now of that 69-year-old elderly Jewish man, Paul Kessler. And so the Ventura County Sheriff's Office has put out, like I said, quite a lengthy statement of where the investigation is going. And remember, this was the scene there in Ventura County. Pro-Israeli protesters and pro-Palestinian protesters getting into it, confrontations ensuing. It got quite escalatory. And you see there Paul Kessler lying on the ground, his head bleeding, and he eventually succumbed to those injuries. And that is a blurred out photo of the suspect right now. Well, in the meantime, let's put up some of these paragraphs of the statement in from Ventura County Police. This is what they say. They say, first, we want to highlight something that has seemed to be misinterpreted by many concerning the findings of the autopsy. His death being ruled a homicide simply means his death was caused at the hands of another. This determination, in and of itself, does not provide sufficient evidence to establish probable cause for an immediate arrest of a suspect. Remember how
Now, I want y'all to think about something. I want you guys to think about something. And I want the Jewish community, I want y'all to realize something, Jewish community. I want you guys to realize one thing, Jewish community. How come they didn't make that homicide doesn't necessarily mean death question when it came to George Floyd? Why are they only doing that to the Jewish man? Come on, look at that. Look at that right there. How come they're not saying that for George Floyd? They didn't say that for George Floyd. They said his death was ruled a homicide. Now, when the last time you hear them make that distinction for George Floyd? Think about it. I want the Jewish community to think about this. So before you start supporting Democrats, like some of y'all still doing in this last 2023 midterms, y'all voted Democrat. Y'all ain't learned y'all lesson. Y'all see, I'm telling you right now, my Jewish supporters, you better start talking to your family members because they ain't getting it. Y'all ain't getting it. You keep thinking Republicans, they're racist. Jamal, listen, I'm a Jewish man, and I'm telling you right now, I just cannot imagine voting for a Republican. I ain't been a liberal Jew all my life. Well, you gonna find out the hard way. You're gonna find out the hard way. When Allah punch you in the head and knock you unconscious and kill you. Right now, this shouldn't be a problem. Y'all see, we have a Muslim rat infestation here. Let's go on to the phone lines. Let's get to the phone lines. Caller, you on the air. Caller, you on the air. Who am I talking to?
Good evening, Jamal.
Okay, who am I speaking with?
You're speaking with Lisa Beasterville.
Lisa Pizzaville.
Beasterville.
Okay, Lisa, where are you at? Where are you where are you watching me from?
Unapologetic conservative.
All right. Okay, how you doing, Miss Lisa?
I'm doing wonderful. You know, happy Veterans Day to you, sir. And
yes, ma'am.
happy Veterans Day to you, sir, and thank you for your service.
All right, Miss Lisa, what do you got to say on this?
I just have to say I've been following you for a while, and I think you're awesome. And I'm about tired of the liberals up here with the Hamas supporter. I'm tired of it. I just gets me mad.
I don't blame you, because I'm going to tell you something right now. When you look and see what's going on, they're literally killing people on the other end. They're beating them up. They're trying to jump them, take their stuff. This is not what America is supposed to be. The Second Amendment is supposed to not only protect you from the government, but also from your fellow American citizen in case they get out of control. That's what the Second Amendment is supposed to do. The Second Amendment establishes respect, because if I got a gun, you got a gun, mutual destruction. If I say something wrong to you, it's pow pow. If you say something wrong to me, it's pow pow.
Exactly. I'm a big time Second Amendment supporter.
Well, hold on. Let me move my thing, because so many of my callers are saying they can't hear me. Okay. All right. Can y'all hear her now? Can y'all hear her now, Miss Lisa Pretty? All right. But yes, ma'am, this is getting to a point. Over the last 20 years, we have allowed Muslims to come over here from Syria, Palestine, Afghanistan, and all these places. They're not coming over here and assimilating. They're coming over here trying to take over. They're trying to change things, and they're doing a pretty daggone good job. And their children don't understand where they come from, especially their young daughters. The young daughters really don't understand what they would be facing if they were back in their native home country. The last 30 seconds is yours, Miss Lisa.
Number one, they wouldn't be allowed to do what they're doing over here if they were back in their own home country, and every last one of them need to be deported and out of here. I'm about tired of the chaos and the destruction that they're causing. I'm sick of the liberals. I cannot stand them.
Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, Miss Lisa, thank you for the call.
And we love your show.
Well, thank you, Miss Lisa. I'm so glad to hear that. God bless you. Have a wonderful Saturday and have a blessed Sunday.
God bless you too. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Bye.
Hello, Miss Pamela Savage. Miss Pamela Savage, how are you doing tonight, Miss Pamela?
I'm doing fantastic, and I want to thank you and everybody else for their service. But the reason I'm calling, Jamal, is because that Jewish fellow that ended up, I guess they hit him with a microphone or something and caused his fall.
Uh-huh.
Well, the other guy that was there with him said that on November 14th, which is Tuesday, that he summons up, supposedly, these are his words, not mine, but thousands of Jewish people are going to go to D.C. and they're going to march. And I'm really worried about it after seeing what's going on in New York, and we've had it even in our area, you know? And I'm worried for these people. I'm seriously worried for them. I feel like what I'm witnessing now is the complete destruction of America.
We are. You are, honestly, you're not thinking, you're right, you are, because we have allowed these young people to come in our nation, not just Muslims, but liberals in general. We have started looking toward them as leaders instead of people who need to be taught. We are allowing these young people to decide important policies. We have allowed the TikTok, the Facebook, the Twitter generation to determine policy. And I keep pointing this out, everybody. Listen to what Ventura County Sheriff Department said. First, we want to highlight something that has seemed to be misinterpreted, by many concerning the findings of the autopsy. His death being ruled a homicide simply means his death was caused at the hands of another. That they did not do that for the George Floyd. If you remember what they did for George Floyd, they said his death been ruled a homicide. When people who was like, hold up, just because death been ruled a homicide, that don't mean the man been killed. But they kept on going and going. So what Jewish people need to see And what Jewish people need to understand, the Democrat Party has showed that they only want Jewish money and Jewish votes. But when it comes to Jewish lives, they seem to want to try to tiptoe around it. Now, 22 Democrats did vote to censor Tlaib, Rashida Tlaib. She was voted, she was censored. But the Jewish community got to do a major impact and make the Democrats decide whether you want you want them, or do you want us, who have been a stability, a democracy, and peace, and a support for America and for democracy around the world. The Jewish people need to make the Democrat Party decide, or just leave and come to the Republican Party.
Well, I mean, I agree wholeheartedly. I couldn't imagine why anybody would want to be a Democrat. Myself, I just can't fathom it. But I'm also worried about the slow path that we've been on to starting with defunding the police department. And now you end up with stuff like this. The police are neutered. I mean, they're neutered. They'd be the last ones I'd call. I'd be more apt to call my neighbor if I ran into a problem than I would the police department, because, you know, I just don't, I don't have any faith of them anymore. And I just, you know, I'm going to let you get back to your program here, but this is very worrisome. I've never seen anything like this, and I'm not liking it. Not in those amounts of numbers. I can understand a few people gathering. I remember when we had Vietnam War demonstrations that were mostly peaceful, and I use that because they did, you know, there was in San Francisco, they let out tires out of the police cars, and so there was some ruckuses, but for the most part, they were just demonstrations. This is something else. This is bringing it to our streets. This is threatening people. This is not good, and this is not going to end well, especially with who's running this country right now. I don't know what's going to happen. It's a loose cannon. It's anybody's guess.
Well, I want to thank you for the call, Miss Pamela.
Oh, you're very welcome, Jamal.
God bless.
And thank you for serving. That's what I really wanted to say the most.
Well, thank you.
And thank all the people that serve.
Well, for those of us who have served, thank you for your kindness, your generosity, and your kind words. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Kansas City, Kansas. You're on the live. Who am I speaking with?
How you doing, Jamal?
All right, doing fine. Who am I speaking with?
This is Leroy Forster.
All right, Leroy, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing well, sir. I just wanted to know that I'm one of your survivors for a while, and I watch your stuff when I can, and I like your input on things.
All right. So, what do you think of what's going on with these wild Islamic protests?
Well, I don't agree with posting up a foreign terrorist flag on American land. I don't agree with that.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, they're doing this and they have no problems doing it. And they came to Washington, D.C., and like I was showing earlier with the previous pictures, these people don't care. They actually really don't care. They really hate this nation and don't hide it.
I totally agree, and in my opinion, you need to move on out of America, because that's not how we live.
No, but here's the thing. They took advantage, Leroy, in their home country, especially these women, especially Muslim women. In their home nation, they would not be running around and with just jeans on and a shirt on and a hijab with makeup and hanging out with their gay friend and all that type of stuff. They would not be doing that. Their gay friend would be tossed off a building, and they would be probably getting whipped in the street for supporting them. And they
Yes,
come to
sir.
America, and I say this when it comes to the parents, Leroy. These parents are allowing these Muslim children to act this way up too now because they obviously done forgot where they fled from, where the tortures and stuff where they at. So now they done came over here and they're letting their children run all type of uckabuck and wild, and that has to go. Maybe their parents need to have a little refresher of where they come from.
Yeah, like I said, I watch your show when I get a chance. I'm a working man, and I do what I can, but I just wanted to let you know that I was surprised I actually got to talk to you, and that's pretty awesome.
Well, Leroy, I try.
Thank you.
Well, Leroy, just to let you know, I do try to start doing more lives on Saturdays, like I need to, because yesterday I had a horrible week last week. Everything was going good till I hit Thursday and Friday. Thursday, I hit a gas line. I was somebody told this person told me, this builder, oh, everything's gonna be okay. Everything, he told my supervisor, to cut this gas line that was running up under the this deck because they were supposed to be moving the deck. Well, what he didn't, he thought the main gas line was coming in the front of the house up under it, but it won't. That won't the main gas line. The main gas line, guess what it was?
Yeah.
Under the porch, and I'm cutting that gas line with a metal blade. Shh, boy, I took off. So that gas, I took off, got out of there. So then had the whole fire department and everything come down, and I'm looking like a fool because all the fire department looking at me like, bro, you really didn't know you was cutting a freaking gas line? I'm looking just totally stupid because what I was told. Then to go even worse, I crawl up on the house yesterday. I'm up on the house. I look up under there. I see the viper. I see the snake. It was a quote unquote dead snake. So I'm like, hey, it's dead. Blah blah blah. Okay, no, I won't go up under there. I called my supervisor. He was like, well, that's your job. Snakes. No, it ain't. That's not part of the job. Nope. So then the homeowner crawled in. He said it was dead. Got him out. I look in a corner behind a brick. There go two, three more of them. I'm like, this is a den. This is a den of snakes I got from up under there. Yes, sir. So that's how my week, man. That's why I didn't go live last night. I was just exhausted, man. I was just exhausted, and having that done to me, that was enough.
I understand, sir. I just wanted to let you know that I realize you're a busy fan and all, but I welcome you to come over and look at some videos of my 1981 Camaro that I'm working on if you're interested in it.
I surely will. Here's the thing. Just go to themindofjamal.com and just send me the link so that way I can get it. And when I get a chance, you betcha by golly, I will. I promise you I will get my chance and I'll look at it.
Well, I just wanted to let you know the same name that you're addressing me as is the same. It's one of your subscribers.
Okay. Well, I will, like I said, I will make sure I find it, Mr. Leroy. Thank you.
That's all right. Man, I'm glad I got a chance to talk to you, man. This is awesome. Thank you, sir.
All right. God bless you.
God bless you, too. Bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Michael Beesman. Michael Beesman. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Michael?
Hey, how you doing, Jamal?
All right. How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. Happy Veterans Day. I'm a retired Army as well.
Okay.
So who up to you?
Who? Oh well, in my situation, it would be Chet because I was artillery. Chet, Drill Sergeant Chet.
Oh.
Because I was artillery surveyor. But yeah, who? Because I had infantry drill sergeants, and we wouldn't dare call them. We wouldn't dare say check, because they get pissed off. They were like, "You better say who."
Yeah, I was 11 Bravo myself.
Oh, okay. So what's going on? What
Yeah.
do you think about when he's saying deport them? Because I know some people say, well, this is not what America's about, but America's not created to be taken over by people who want Americans. It was supposed to be America.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, this, as us veterans that served our country was made to protect the American people. And right now, our country is being totally exposed to so much of with the borders being wide open, and with so many different people from different countries coming in. It's a total mayhem. And in fact, my daughter last night, she was coming home from the hospital because she works at it, and she wasn't sure, but a man was following her, and she wasn't sure if he was Middle Eastern or if he was Latino. And so she did the right thing. She called the police, and she didn't drive home.
Uh-huh.
And then they told her to drive to the police station. So I told her what she needed to do is get on to the security and to see if they could backtrack and see if that same car is the one that followed her from the hospital. So the thing that is with all these illegals and these people that are coming in our country and they got out of jail, they're prisons and stuff. Our country's so vulnerable right now, and especially for our women, and our kids, because there was a girl just in our area, 15 years old. She was just snatched up, and it just hurts me because, as an American, we've served our country to protect our American people, and now with this happening, I feel helpless.
Well, you know what? We have been made to be helpless.
Mm-hmm.
Because when it comes down, they don't want us defending ourselves. They don't want us to take our own self-protection and our own self-preservation in our own hands. They don't want us doing that. It seems like they want us to be dependent on them and run to them like they want women to do. And that is a scary thing to people who want to take over nation. Men who believe in being men and standing up and defending not only their household, but their neighborhood and their people, their
Mm-hmm.
church. And that is America.
Right.
Where our men are being effeminized. That's why they want so many gay transgender men, because they want to effeminize men and take us from where we were supposed to be to what we are now, to what they are now.
You're absolutely right. That's for sure. I totally see the difference compared to when I was in the military and how it is now, and it breaks my heart because our country is being torn down by and our military is the beginning of it, and that's where we get our defense. And if it gets torn down, you see what's going on now with all this Palestine running around and then that guy getting killed. It's just going to lead up to more. That's all it's going to lead up to, and I'm just really scared for our country and what's going on. And we don't need to get into any war, because if we get into a war, all it's going to do is just going to make it worse, and then it's going to be here in our country, and that's all it's going to do.
Well, and I'm gonna be honest with you before you go. I'm gonna let you go. Hitler and Germany didn't win a war on more than two fronts.
Mm-hmm.
That alone should be a testament. Hitler did not win a war on two fronts. Napoleon did not win a war on two fronts. England did not win a war on two fronts. So can somebody tell me, all these nations, powerful nations, that has been an example, you cannot win a war on two fronts? How do America think we're going to do it?
Right.
When they are the
way
ones
it's been
being
going
everyone's
down.
attacking to war. Yes, America fought the Pacific. We fought the European campaign. That was different. We were supplying. We had large armies helping us. Nobody's going to be helping us. It's going to be all on us.
Yep. Yeah,
And,
you're right.
well, I want to thank you for calling in. Thanks for calling in, Michael.
Oh, you're very welcome, Jamal, and I appreciate you very much.
All right, God bless you. And
God bless you too.
all right. Let me go. Oh, turn this down real quick. This is what I had to deal with y'all yesterday. You see that? That's what I had to deal with yesterday. Now, they are not the same. That one on the left is dead, and his stomach is full because he ate something. The one over on the other side is the den where they were at. I got my butt up under that house. I'm near. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no, no. Hell to the no, no, no. I got from up under there. And it's all you heard when I saw him on the right side and them eyes flashing up. Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no, no, no. I got from up under that house. Yeah, I did. Oh, yeah, I did. Lord, help me to hold out. Help me to hold out. Lord, help me to get out. Help me to get out. Oh, Lord. Help me to get out this crawl space. And I won't be crawling back in. Doom, doom, doom. Lord, help me to get out. Lord, help me to get out. Lord, oh Lord, help me to get out. Help me to get out. I say, Lord, oh Lord, help me to get out. Help me to get out. I said, Lord, help me to get out of this crawl space. I got up out of there. I can't keep it. I gotta be doing that. Get my beard right. My beard like us going all like that. Keep me trying to play with it. Okay, left. Yeah, those was copperheads. Somebody talking about some Jamal. Jamal, they don't look like poisonous snakes. Jamal, they look like non-poisonous snakes, Jamal. They look like little old rat snakes. Well, them little old rat snakes can have it, because I'm gone. Jamal, they don't look like poisonous snakes. They look like little old rat snakes. Well, guess what? I'm getting up out of here. Trumpy Bear said she heard a long time ago that snakes was going to be in danger. Well, I'm here to tell you they ain't. I found a whole hiding spot of them. Yep, those were copperheads. So I like, them ain't copperheads, them getting little rat snakes. Okay. And of course, that's me. And of course, that's me right there. Fort Sill, Oklahoma, 1994. That is Fort Sill, Oklahoma, 1994. That is January, matter of fact, because I got on winter BDUs. Those are winter BDUs in Fort Sill, Oklahoma. You can look in the background, see the cold stuff in the background. But yep, there you go. And as you can see, of course, America and my support for Israel. All right, let's keep going, shall we? And this thing, these people, and they're having these violent episodes on television shows. People are seeing these Muslim extremist apologists are really doing this stuff for real. This is a exchange of a rabbi on Piers Morgan's show. And a lot of people been talking about this because this goes to show you the hatred they have for Jewish people. Now, if you are a Muslim, you got to speak out and hate Israel. Hold on, let me make sure everything is right. All right, skip ads. Let me go on, put it in here while it's playing. So that gay you can both, because this rabbi blew him out of the water.
When are you going to stop murdering Palestinians and cheerleading it?
Okay.
If you're talking about genocide, you're the one right now doing the genocide.
May I respond?
Yes.
Go ahead, more lies. Go ahead.
You know, I've spent my life debating people. Whenever someone starts using personal names and screaming like a lunatic, they're losing the debate. Let me remain factual.
You're the one
First
who
of all,
made up things. The
Palestinians were offered a state in 1936 in the Peel Commission. They rejected it. They were offered a state in 1947, the UN partition plan. They rejected it. They were offered a state in 1967 after Israel conquered Judea and Samaria and the West Bank. They rejected it. They were offered a state in 2000, Yasser Arafat, Ehud Barak. They rejected it. They were offered a state with Ehud Olmert 2008. They rejected it. Israel unilaterally withdrew from Gaza in 2005, and they did not create a state. In fact, where were you, Cenk, when you say that you care about Palestinian children, when Hamas stole the highest rate of per capita international foreign aid, larger than the Marshall Plan, from Palestinian children, did not build schools for them, did not build hospitals, took all...
And that's a fact. That is one of the biggest facts. Hamas stole money. They have been building up that, is that Rabbi Smuley? I believe that is, yes, Rabbi Smuley. That's him. I believe that's him. Yeah, that's him. These people believe in killing Israel. They want Israelis dead. But he blasted Cenk. He blasted him.
All the money to buy bombs and to build a network of tunnels, which is larger than the New York subway system. Where were you then? Why did you only come up now? In fact, when Bashar al-Assad killed 600,000 children, Arab children, when he gassed them with mustard gas, my organization took out full-page New York Times ads to protect them from sarin gas. Where were you then? You don't care about Arab children. You are a Jew hater, defined as someone who only wants to lie and say that the Jews are genocidaires. And don't try to cancel me and say that I shouldn't be on. You're not a producer.
That's all they know how to say. Bigot, racist, you bigot, you racist. What did he say that was bigoted and racist? Nothing.
Of this show, because you are ignorant of the facts and ignorant of the history does not mean that you can cancel my voice.
Cenk, your response.
Okay, so first of all, this guy is a full-blown bigot. He's one of the most racist people I have ever seen, does not value Palestinian lives at all. And everything he said about me is 100% untrue. I was vicious in my criticism of Bashar al-Assad. I've criticized Hamas over and over again, and I think what they did in the attack against Israel was reprehensible. But for God's sake, how long are you going to occupy these people? For me, the idea of Israelis and Palestinians or Muslims or Jews being different is absurd. Those are just stupid labels that we put on people.
They are different.
They're all human beings. I value the Israeli life just as much as I value the Palestinian life. We're all human. Stop using these nonsense labels
Jake, let me ask you a
kill
question.
each other.
Jake,
and all this guy wants.
Are Nazis and you the same? Are Nazis and them the same? Everybody, if you can, please, please, please. If you are watching me and you, oh snap. Well, thank y'all for hitting me up. Wow. Thank you for everybody who comes over to Carolina Republicans and help the page, because what Facebook does is this. Whenever I get flagged for anything, they automatically put the page in red, at risk. And I just wish there was a way that, you know, you can appeal it, but they don't want. That's the one thing about social media, truth be told, that makes you feel, that lets you know how insignificant you are, because there is no way to push back against these people. And like I said, I just wish, you know, I had a chance. But if you are on Facebook, please, please, please go to Carolina Republican and just hit thumbs up, just a quick thumbs up. I appreciate it. But first of all, what they want to do, you're racist, you're bigoted, you're homophobic. That's what they say. You're bigoted, you're homophobic. Nobody's bigoted, nobody's homophobic. That's what they say to try to distract you, to make you stop your train of thought. That is a tactic for you to take up your time so you won't refute their statement. So they call you bigoted and hateful and racist. So then you spend the first minute of your rebuttal back at that instead of them. And I'm glad this rabbi is not falling for it.
To do is more murder of Palestinians.
Jane, let me ask
when
you.
When are you going to let them go?
Jane, let me ask you a question. You mentioned genocide there. What Hamas is actually in its charter dedicated to doing is the purest personification of genocide. Well, it is. They want to see the eradication of Israel, and they proved on October the 7th they will kill as many Jews as they can possibly get their hands on. So that is pure genocide. What Israel is doing in return, I don't think meets the category of genocide, right? Because they don't want to get rid of every Palestinian. They don't want to kill every Palestinian.
No,
they want to kill every Hamas terrorist. Now, there are legitimate question marks about how they're going about this and about the civilian casualties. But there is a moral distinction between what Hamas is dedicated to doing and what Israel is dedicated to doing, isn't there?
No. First of all, Hamas is a bunch of idiots. They should take that stuff out of their charter. All it does is hurt the Palestinian cause.
I agree.
There's no call for it. It's dumb and it's immoral. But Hamas claims that they would like to do these things.
But it's in their charter. This man is sitting here saying, oh, they need to go. They need to go. This needs to exit their charter. It's in their charter. The people voted for this. The Palestinians voted for Hamas. They want Hamas. So how can they not represent Hamas? Why won't the people get out and march against Hamas? See, I'm going to make him admit that Gaza needs Israel. the
from time to time they do these
Gaza.
attacks that are horrible and they should never do. But Israel actually kills Palestinians. But Hamas claims that they would like to do these things, and from time to time they do these attacks that are horrible and they should never do.
From time to time, they do these attacks. Like, he's really making light of what happened.
But Israel actually kills Palestinians, actually occupies Palestine, actually denies the Palestinians a state. So there's this absurd talk of like, oh, if Hamas was super powerful, they might deny Israel its existence. Except Israel does exist. And the Palestinian state does not exist because Israel is blocking their state. So stop using, and I'm not saying it to you, Pierce, but this propaganda, hold on.
You know, Cenk, you and I are almost the same age, and I'm actually quite worried for how upset you get on TV. You got to protect your health. You're just kind of losing it. Now, calm down.
Because I'm upset that you keep advocating
when
for
you
the
keep
murder
on
of
saying,
civilians.
Cenk, you have
like
to stop. Yelling, you have to stop screaming, and you need to know the facts. The Palestinians were offered a state 7 times, and they rejected it 7 times. Bill Clinton told Yasser Arafat in 2000, you have made me a failure as president because Israel was giving you 97% of Judea and Samaria and the old city of Jerusalem, and Ehud Barak even offered the Temple Mount, the holiest site in Judaism, and the Palestinians rejected it. You simply don't know the history. Read a book. In fact, read a Wikipedia article before you get on TV. Number 2, you know, you made a very good point before, Pierce, that Winston Churchill is the greatest British statesman and hero of the 20th century. Let's remember, when Churchill was faced with a genocidal threat of the Nazis, you know what he did, which Israel would never consider doing? He laid waste to 70% of Dresden, Essen, Cologne, Berlin. He eviscerated Germany and turned it into a parking lot, murdering about 6 million German civilians. Israel has never even considered doing 1,000th of that. And FDR acquiesced to it, and he's considered our greatest president of the 20th century. And then Harry Truman dropped 2 atomic bombs on Nagasaki, Hiroshima. So and Israel has nuclear weapons, has never considered doing that. Israel opened up.
Well, they've actually. Okay, let me come at you, Rabbi.
I have one question.
I want to come back to you on 2 points.
Simple question, Cenk.
I want to ask you a question, Rabbi.
Call Winston Churchill a war criminal on this show today. Will you call Churchill a war criminal?
All right, Cenk, answer that question.
Okay, so Rabbi Shmuley, if you're actually a rabbi, the standards of history have changed. So the Mongols went into Baghdad and killed every man, woman, and child, killed 800,000 people, the largest city in the world. Now, we don't live by those standards anymore. And right now, if a modern British prime minister or American president advocated for dropping a nuclear bomb in Japan or killing 70% of the people that live in Dresden, you're damn right I'd call him a war criminal. It's a different situation today than it was in the past. And so what you're saying is, hey, we only murdered 10,000 civilians, and wantonly and recklessly, and we only did a partial genocide, so we're not as guilty. I'm not.
I would like to thank Miss Yvette Romick. Miss Yvette Romick is with us. She is watching us. Miss Yvette, she was kind enough, and Miss Yvette says, thank you for your service. Well, Miss Yvette Romick, thank you for listening in. Miss Yvette gave a blessing to the page through PayPal. Once again, I would like to thank Miss Yvette Romick. Miss Yvette Romick, thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page through PayPal. Thank you for your blessing. Mwah. Thank you.
Buying it at all.
No, Rabbi Shmuley, I want to ask you a question. Okay, hang on, Rabbi. I want to ask you a question, which is this. Which is the unique scenario in Gaza, is that nearly half of the civilian population are children. They have nothing to do with this. They're not politicians. They're not in Hamas. They're not terrorists. They're not military. They're kids. And they are in their thousands being killed here. And I ask you, really, is there any limit you as a rabbi, of the number of children who need to be killed to get rid of Hamas here, or is there no limit?
Of course there's a limit. We mourn the death of every Arab, Muslim, Palestinian child as if a Jewish child died. They are absolutely equal before God. That's why Israel withdrew completely and utterly in 2005, something that Cenk will not even acknowledge. There isn't one Israeli soldier, there wasn't until this new invasion, because of the attack on Sderot. I went to those places, Pierce. I was there 2 weeks ago. I saw the blood caked on the walls, congealed to 3 or 4 inches. I saw the knives that were used to murder entire families. We saw the place where Thai, not Jewish, Thai farm workers who were growing pumpkins were beheaded. We saw the body of Shani Luke, and I spoke to her mother, Ricarda, who was taken naked. These are religious men in Hamas, taken naked in her underwear and her bra, her dead body, these necrophilia savages. We saw all that. How many Palestinian children need to die? God forbid, not one. All Hamas needs to do is let the civilian population go south. Stop using them as human shields. Hamas wants these Palestinian children to die. Every Palestinian child to Hamas is a bulletproof vest.
But you said
they exist for no other reason than to humiliate Israel.
Okay.
Let them go south and be safe.
Okay.
But Hamas wants them. In order to use leverage against. It's Hamas's fault. It's Hamas's fault. It's Hamas's fault.
Rabbi Shmuley.
Powerful software, years of experience, and industry-leading expertise.
You did say there is a limit. What is that limit?
Pierce, it's hard to put a number on how many people Hamas is prepared to allow to die in order to destroy the state of Israel. Remember, Hamas's motto is from the sea. From sea to sea, Israel will be, Palestine will be free. It's the annihilation of every Jew. Iran calls for it openly, a second Holocaust. This is the eve of Kristallnacht. I don't want to put a number on how many Palestinian children. I want a ceasefire right now. Hamas must surrender unconditionally, just like FDR and just like Churchill demanded of the Nazis, unconditional surrender, release the hostages. We get a ceasefire right now. Cenk, let me ask you to call for a ceasefire by having Hamas, who you think actually cares about the Palestinian population, to announce their surrender. Call for their surrender right now. They launched this attack unprovoked against Israel. They slaughtered 1,400 people. They are holding little babies whose diapers need to be changed as hostages. Call for them to surrender unconditionally.
All right, Cenk, final word to you.
Can we?
Okay. So, look, all this is nonsense. First,
I want to thank Miss Doris. Miss Doris says YouTube is blocking my message that I actually want to send to you because Google, YouTube is pro-Palestinian. That is true. I'll place a phone call. All right, Miss Doris, let me see. Are you on the line waiting? Miss Doris, phone lines are now open. Phone lines are now open, Miss Doris. If you want to make that phone call, there you go. Miss Doris, there you go. And thank you for your kindness and generosity and donation to the page through Super Chat. Got me a Super Chat. Miss Doris said, I'm going to call in. Let me see what I got over here on Rumble. Let me get on Rumble. Do I got a Super Chat on Rumble? Do I have a Super Chat on Rumble? No. No Super Chat on Rumble. Rumble, no Super Chat. No Super Chat for you on Rumble. Come on, Rumble. War is ugly and sometimes unfair. Yep. That is so true. Casualties come on innocent people. Let me see, can I get, uh-oh, I think they're about to call in. I think she's about to call in. But let's continue.
First of all, Israel did not withdraw. They control the borders of Gaza 100%. And as you can tell now, they cut off the water and power anytime they want. The Jewish people have been oppressed throughout history. My heart goes out to the Jewish people for all the pain and the suffering that they have endured through all of these years. But now Israel, unfortunately, is not the oppressed. It is.
All right, we got Stephen Waller. Stephen Waller. All right,
Yes.
Stephen. Hello. How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing all right. Well, actually, my YouTube channel is yours, so I was the one who sent you a $10 super chat. But as I was saying, I keep trying to send you messages, but YouTube blocks them every time. It blocks them on other people's channels every time. But it's just like, I'm really getting tired of this pro-Palestinian garbage. I'm getting tired. Quite frankly, I'm tired of this anti-Semitism. Like, I can't believe that this is mainstream, this is okay, you know, like, media's, you know, oh, it's okay, you know, Jewish people, they had it coming to them, and they control the banking institution. You know, that might be true for some of them, but that's not true for all of them. That's broad brush, blanket statement, just, it's a cop-out, that's what it is. You know, it's a cop-out for all these people that never made anything of themselves, couldn't go out and go work for themselves. You know, like a lot of the wealth that the Jewish families actually do have, it's generational, it's passed on. They don't just, you know, spend their money away and you know, and think nothing of it like a lot of the Westerners, a lot of Americans do, okay? The other thing too, honest God, you know, like I agree with what you said earlier with they need to bomb the Gaza Strip. I wouldn't use any atomic or nuclear weapons. In fact, I'm not even crazy about them using any sort of gas for the tunnels, because I'm worried about the long run, because eventually that area is going to have to get re-inhabited, whether it gets re-inhabited with Jewish people or not. That's a whole nother story. But it's going to have to get re-inhabited, and I don't want the land to be, you know, uninhabitable, you know. So, like, I honestly, God, I'm actually a fan for them to, say, send like 5 or 6 B-52 Strato fortresses over the Gaza Strip and just drop conventional ordnance, and then finish it off with a couple of Moabs.
You know what?
Maybe some world peace.
You know what, Steve? I'm gonna say this. Okay, one, I do apologize. I read your name as divorce, and that was wrong. Forgive me for that. That was my mistake.
Oh, okay.
Number two, go to Rumble. All your favorite people whom you listen to, most likely on YouTube, are on Rumble. You have Steve Crowder, John Burke. You got Dan Bongino left. You got Steve Crowder, Ben Shapiro. All your people whom you like on YouTube, you're going to find them on Rumble. And if you go right now to the Rumble Rebels right now, and they know on Sundays, all I ask on my channel is on Sundays. People, and thank you, Pookie Martinez, for the super chat on Rumble. It says, Happy Veterans Day, Jamal, Jermaine, thank you for your SVs, your service, and first responders. Lost my great uncle, D-Day Normie. Okay, Pookie Martinez, thanks for your uncle's service. And thank you. But if you go to Rumble, you are free on Rumble. You ought to see some of what the people say. You got, can't stand, delusional young Turk idiot. You got, did Chink admit that the Palestinian people and Hamas are one? It is unfiltered. All I ask is on Sundays, people don't cuss on the page. But if you come to Rumble, you are free. So you'll be able to go to some of your favorite people whom you listen to, and you can type, because I noticed this. I actually did an experiment, Steve, to where I was typing real time. I spelled Hamas, H-A-M-S, lowercase h. YouTube took that, just took the statement down. That's what's happening. You looking at your statement just disappearing.
Yep. And let me tell you, like, I had some issues too. So I posted my videos of me, you know, giving the Palestinian flag the treatment it deserves. And YouTube, within 5 minutes, censored the first video, so I had to re-upload the first video. The second video, they tried shutting the comment section down. And then I tried seeing if I could, like, from my secondary YouTube account, try to post a comment on there, you know, just my expression express my true hatred of Israel for Palestine, Hamas, and immediately YouTube censored that comment, removed it, and they suspended my site account from being able to comment on anybody else's YouTube content for 24 hours. It's like, yeah, these people don't play around. But like I said, I did my flag barbecue video, kind of an homage to you, you know, like what you did.
Well, I thank you, and like I said, and I didn't know. I'm looking at the ones I did. Well, I gave the old flag some good old barbecue cooking, and I believe YouTube has taken one of them down because it's like this one is like it's supposed to be the one that's the longest. This is the one that's supposed to be the longest, and it's not here. And hold up, it's hold up, it's here. Burning the U.S. flag while I burned it, so they did keep it. I actually said burning the U.S. flag, and then I put why I burnt. So you may have to put it in there like why I burnt the Palestinian flag, or I'm celebrating Israel and stuff like that. That's what you may have to do.
Yeah, I had to retitle both the videos to my support, and I put quotes around it for Palestine, and it let me keep the videos up. But it's just like, you know, had I been, you know, burning like the Star of David or burning an Israeli flag or a Torah or something like that, no, the YouTube would have no problem having me post that and wouldn't have bothered it. But the second I start talking about Palestine or Hamas, it's when they got issues. And the other thing that makes me sick too is what happened over there in Los Angeles. I forget the guy's name. The guy who got
the older gentleman got beat up. Yes.
By the pro-Palestinian protesters. You know, they knocked him out on the ground. He was bleeding from the back of his skull. He was still conscious. He was alive when the EMTs came there to load him up in the ambulance, but he ended up dying in the hospital later on.
Oh,
anybody know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I'll just been finished playing that. I just got finished playing that, and they said it's ruled not a homicide. Just hold on. Just because the coroner says it was a homicide doesn't mean that it was a murder. And so I didn't hear them say that for George Floyd. St. George Floyd.
Yep.
On the fentanyl Methodist Baptist Church. With Bishop Mama. With Deacon another good. You know, George Floyd. They didn't say that for George Floyd. They didn't say the coroner, the people who do the autopsy. Well, it was ruled a homicide, but that don't mean that someone committed murder. It means he died. They didn't say all that. It was just murder. But Steve, you got the last 30 seconds. Steve, the last 30 seconds is yours.
All right. Well, I just want to say, like, I've been trying to get a hold of this local, what the heck do they call it? The synagogue over here in Lubbock. I just want to ask them if they need assistance from me, like the Christian man to the Jewish people. I want to let out my unfeathered support. Let them know that like I said, I stand in complete solidarity with them. This makes me sick, and it gives me nightmares every night knowing that this stuff happens here in the U.S.
Well, Steve, I want to thank you for your call. God bless you, y'all. That was Steve. Steve Waller, thank you for the phone call. And what he said was he had been trying in his, excuse me, hold on, I hit the wrong thing. Steve had been trying to call in, right, his page is DEO Dorse. And what he was saying was, hey, I try to upload a video, they take it down. So y'all know me, I put my video up, but here's what YouTube do to me. YouTube just shadow ban it. But I want to show y'all this. I got 9.7 million views on my video on Instagram. not Instagram, Twitter. On Twitter, just to let y'all see it, I'm gonna let y'all see it. I'm gonna clock in, let y'all see it, and y'all see. Well, I just have to get it later because it's almost 1934, and I hear my daughters coming in like, "Daddy, you said movie start at 9:30, and I mean 7:30." But this is what happens when you try to show people the barbarism of Hamas. These
Wonder Woman actress Gal Gadot. She has dual citizenship, Israeli and American. It took place at the heavily guarded Museum of Tolerance. Fighting broke out between demonstrators outside. The hard-to-watch video, it runs about 47 minutes, we're told, was compiled from raw footage of the deadly attack on October 7, shot by Hamas terrorists, showing the murder and the kidnapping and the dead bodies in Israel.
Christina Coleman has more in Los Angeles on this story. Good morning, Christina.
Hi, good morning, Dana. Yes, a private screening of graphic footage from Hamas's brutal attack on Israel titled "Bearing Witness to the October 7th Massacre" sparked fighting outside of LA's Museum of Tolerance last night. Take a look at this. A witness captured video of the violent incident. He said some Israel supporters were pepper sprayed during the brawl in a clash between pro-Israel and pro-Palestine demonstrators near the museum. Now, inside of the building, an audience of more than 150 people, including Hollywood executives, took part in the private screening of the Hamas attack video. The footage was compiled by the Israel Defense Forces so that journalists and public figures worldwide could view it and counter the misinformation that's being spread by some regarding the attacks. LA Mayor Karen Bass responded to that fight last night outside the museum. She said, quote, "We cannot allow current worldwide tension to devolve into this unacceptable violence in our city. This is a time of immense pain and distress for thousands of Angelinos. We must stand together." Now, Wonder Woman star Gal Gadot, who was born in Israel and served 2 years as a soldier in the IDF, has drawn swift criticism from pro-Palestine supporters for organizing the LA screening of the Hamas attack footage and for her support for Israel. But she is not backing down. Just yesterday, Gadot posted a video of Broadway performers singing "Bring Him Home" with the caption, "Over 240 hostages, including 30 children, are still being held captive by Hamas. This is a prayer from Broadway to bring them home." Now, as for that fight outside of the museum last night, LAPD has not said if any arrests were made. Dana?
Christina Coleman, keep us posted. Thank you.
So y'all can be able to see what I was talking about. Let me show you guys this. Let me show you guys this, okay? You can also find me on YouTube, Twitter. As you guys can see right here, this is what I posted. So yes, I'm the same over here. But look at that. 5,000 shares, 1.39 likes, 9.8 million views. That's how many people has viewed this video. Now, of course, he's an ignorant bunch of black folk. He cooning, he cooning, he cooning. Oh, he cooning. But yep, that's what you see. Oh, here cooning. And now you're going to reach all the muzzies. I cannot stand them. The muzzies. This idiot right here, I want y'all to look at this. Yes, I agree. Continue fighting till someone presses the nuke. I need Palestine, Israel, Europe, America, and everybody else to fall. Now, this guy from Boston, ISUPK, hold up, let me get up on the screen real quick, because I got to show you how stupid this guy is. Just show y'all how stupid he is. Watch this, y'all. Just look how stupid he is. He wants everybody to fight so America can fail. The Boston zone of the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge under commanding General Yahanahan. In other words, he's sleeping with young girls, because that's what all those black Hebrew Israelites do. They try to marry a whole bunch of women and pass them around. Only solution for black, Hispanic, and Native. Massachusetts, USA. This idiot is from Massachusetts asking to destroy America. This is what these black Hebrew Israelites do. They are about as a black Hebrew Israelite is about as good as a rattlesnake in a baby carriage. See? Oh, you? Oh. You ain't nothing but a coon, a house nigga, see? But everybody, that's wrong. No. No one wants this crap. Released with Iron Man, Thor, and Cap. Just 3 of them sitting on a bench. Nobody wants to see this crap. Oh my God. Oh my God. Everybody, it's time to go. It is time to go. Let me see, is anybody waiting? If y'all, that's my page, y'all, on oh, Miss Elaine. Elaine, you got 2 minutes, because I got to go. All right, Miss Elaine, you got 2 minutes. I got to go. Make it. How you doing?
Oh, I understand that, but I'm on hold for like 8 minutes, but that's okay.
Okay.
All right, I just want to know how you feel about them turning around saying that Israel has to warn and do a ceasefire.
I think it is stupid. I think it is wrong, and I think Israel should blow them to kingdom come. Now, the last caller, Stephen, he says we shouldn't use atomic. On the other hand, I believe we should drop a couple old-fashioned atomic bombs. That's what Israel should drop. But he says, for those who say atomic is going too far, Israel need to be given 12 Moab, mother of all bombs. Drop 4 on that hospital, because that's nothing more than a Hamas headquarters. bring it all the way down and leave a pit big enough to pan for gold, and they wouldn't ever have a giant panning for gold. Godzilla couldn't get out of that hole, make it so deep. And bomb the living heck out of them. But Israel isn't doing a ceasefire. Israel said for 4 hours a day they'll hold up to allow civilians to get out. To me, Hamas and Palestinians are the same. There is no difference between Hamas and the Palestinians because they both want the death of Israel. They don't care if Israelis die, and they all cheer. When you see them out there cheering, Miss Elaine, they always cheering for the death of Israelis. Miss Elaine, you got the last 45 seconds.
Well, what I'm just saying is they just need to go in there and annihilate them. And just end it. They didn't come in and turn on. They don't give Israel any kind of warning or any kind of ceasefire. They just do it willy-nilly whenever they want. So Israel should not have to be doing that side of the deal. Just go in and be done and end it.
Yes, ma'am. I totally agree.
And thank you for your service.
Thank you, Miss Elaine. God bless. Well, I hear what Lord willing, because it's not promised. Will I see you tomorrow night? Will I hear from you tomorrow night, Miss Elaine?
Lord willing.
All right. Well, I'll make up for it because you did call in at the end of your show, and I will let you unadulterated interrupt you for a whole minute if I can help myself.
Yeah, I might call in as road rage tomorrow. It's all good.
Okay. God bless you, Miss Elaine. Good night.
All right. Take care. Have a good night. Enjoy your movie.
You too. Y'all, that was Miss Elaine, the road rash. Miss Elaine, I want to thank her for calling in. She always calls in. She's one of the supporters. And y'all, I'll tell y'all call in. I like it when you guys call in, but I do have to get going because it is Saturday night, and I did promise my children I will be off by 19:30, and I'm pushing a little bit. So my wife got them taking a bath, so she kind of covered for me a little bit. All right. Heavenly Father, we come unto you to pray. Heavenly Father, we come unto you to pray. First and foremost, Lord Jesus, we ask for forgiveness of all our sins and iniquity because we fell short. Lord Jesus, we fell short today, so we ask you to forgive us of all our sins and iniquity. Lord Jesus, as we go about this day, Lord Jesus, as we go about this day, we ask you, Lord Jesus, to forgive us. Protect us. Protect us tomorrow, Lord Jesus. Protect us as we travel up and down these dangerous highways and byways. Lord Jesus, we love you and we thank you. Continue to watch over us. Continue to protect us. It is in Jesus Christ's holy name we do pray because you are God Almighty. Let everyone say amen. All right, y'all. I told you. It was going to be cut short early. Everybody, see you later.